What is up, you guys, and welcome back to How to Love a Battered Woman. My name is Nia Renee, your favorite how-to girl, and today I think I need to call y'all out a little bit because I know we need to discuss who is the people pleaser in you. Who's the people pleaser in you? Do you have a people pleaser in you? I have a people pleaser in me, and I do that as a trauma response. And like I said, I think I need to call some of y'all out today. So initially, we got to start out with, what is a people pleaser? A people pleaser is someone that heavily tries to avoid conflict. They try to avoid getting a reaction out of somebody. So they do things to please that person or what they think might please that person to avoid an adverse reaction. And let me tell y'all something, being a people pleaser is exhausting. So you need to do some deep thinking and look internally to see what is causing that internal people pleaser to continuously come out of you. What is the reason you are a people pleaser? Who are you deep inside that's causing your people pleaser to come out? For example, for me, I wouldn't really say I'm a people pleaser anymore, but I used to be a people pleaser. And my deep-rooted people-pleasing tendencies came from the fact that I have abandonment issues from my birth mother. I grew up with so much abuse, so much just chaos, and so much within me that I was always afraid of upsetting somebody. I was always afraid of getting an angry response out of somebody. So I would go out of my way to please people. And that would actually hurt me more than it would do good for me. Especially when you're dealing with narcissistic people, the more you give, the more they're going to take. They're not going to ever reciprocate that for you. They're just going to take, and you're going to keep giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And all you're doing is you're making them here and you're putting yourself here. And we don't want to do that because you're a baddie and you need to be all the way up here. Okay? One of the ways that I really and truly was able to stop being the biggest people pleaser was setting healthy boundaries for myself. And that meant that I had to take a deeper look that if it was affecting me and if it was causing me more harm than it was doing good, then that made me realize that I needed to set stricter boundaries with the people in my life. For me, saying the word no was the scariest thing in the world to me because in my past, I've had people take advantage of me when I would say no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, I don't think that that is something that I want to do at this time. Maybe we can look at doing it at a different time, but right now I really need to cater and nurture to myself. Terrifying, I know, but it is easier to say no, and you can feel a little bit guilty on the side, but once you realize that you're setting those boundaries with people and not continuously allowing them to just take from you, you start to weed out the good and bad people in your life anyway. Remember that you cannot please everybody. Not every single person in your life is ever going to be happy if you say no, or if you say, I don't want to do that right now, or I don't think that's going to benefit me. It's not going to make everybody happy, but that doesn't matter because if you are protecting your peace at all costs, if you are doing what makes you happy, and if it's setting those strict, healthy boundaries for yourself, then that's truly all that matters. And if you have people in your life that respect those boundaries that you are setting for yourself, and you are just really nurturing yourself, they're going to care about that. They're going to respect that. And those are the people that need to stay. But those who don't respect that and don't care about that, they can just go ahead and hit streets because, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't got time for that. We don't have time to deal with any of that. If it doesn't serve you, it doesn't deserve you. You feel me? Do I need to say it again? If it doesn't serve you, then it doesn't deserve you. Period. And finally, learn to be assertive and stand up for yourself. And I know you're sitting here looking at me like, Nia Renee, you are tripping right now. But honestly, when the first time I learned how to stand up for myself and assert my boundaries, I felt like the most weight was lifted off of my shoulders because it gave me the opportunity to say, no, I don't want to do that. This is why I don't want to do that. And if you can't respect that, that's perfectly fine. But then we don't need to have any conversations. And I felt like the baddest bitch on the planet. It's terrifying and it's scary, especially when all you know is abuse. All that you know is chaos and stress and anxiety. So all of these things can be very, very scary, but they can be very beneficial. And there are definitely things that I recommend for you to do so that you can have a healthier internal mixture of things going on in here so that you can relieve some of that anxiety and so that you can weed the people out of your life. Being a people pleaser is not going to be beneficial for you long term, because you're going to look up down the road and you are going to be so drained and so exhausted, and all you're going to have around from you are people that are like, gimme, 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 gimme. And you don't deserve that. You don't want that, and you don't need that. So we're going to go back to the list. We're going to review it one more time, and then we're going to bounce. Set healthy boundaries, period. Using the word no, period. Remember that you cannot please everybody, and that is okay, period. And number 4, learn to be assertive and stand up for yourself. I promise you, if you do these 4 things that I do on a daily basis, you're going to feel like the baddest baddie on the planet. And you're going to be like, yo, why didn't I do this a long time ago? And if it's something that you need to do one step out of a time, I'm not saying run out and do all of these 4 steps in one day. Pace yourself. And if you just pick setting healthy boundaries, or even if you just say no, just start with the word no and see where that gets you. See how that makes you feel, and then slowly intertwine these other tips in there. I promise you, things are going to start looking a lot different and feeling a lot different for you. As usual, let me know if you want me to go in depth with any of these things in the comments. We can have deeper discussions. I can do longer formed videos, but this one was just specifically talking about ways to set healthy boundaries for yourself and identifying who the people pleaser is inside of you. Get to digging, y'all.